Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot, your ultimate destination for celebrity and political tarot readings. I'm Annabelle, tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we will take a mystical journey into the lives of your favorite stars and royals and political people through the cards. Please remember that all of my readings are purely for entertainment purposes and reflect my own personal opinions and psychic downloads. Please do your own research before making decisions. Also, just a quick reminder that during the month of October, you can get 10% off all private readings, all parties with me. But I do have limited time available because we are into October already. So you can visit the link in the description below, or you can go to my website, fortunecookiestarot.com. But certainly, if this is your first time, please subscribe, hit the bell, and you can continue to join me exploring the stars and the cards. So thanks for being a part of my tarot community. This is my favorite part of the day. I really appreciate each and every one of you that's here. So this is a little bit lighter than the video that I did on the situation that's going on in Israel. Today, there was an announcement. It is Monday the 9th. I do batch my videos, so these are done a little bit ahead. Monday the 9th, RFK Jr. is going to run as an independent. I think this is really interesting. I think having a notable third party person, and you know, the years of Ross Perot and all the other people that tried to get in there as third parties, I think having a branded name like the Kennedys is a big deal going over to that independent place. I do like a lot of the things that Robert Kennedy Jr. keeps saying. I think that he is more of a libertarian. I think if they branded the independent party as a libertarian party, it may have a little bit of a different flair to it, but let's see how he's going to make out with this. So I'm going to pull up my card view again. Thanks everybody for being here. We're going to be doing a lot of these political readings because we're in the season of politics. We'll be in the season here. So let's see what we got. How is this rebrand going to work for Robert Kennedy Jr.? Everybody's been waiting for a Kennedy to come back in, so we thought it was going to be John. I know people think that he's still out there someplace. I don't know if he is. All right, RFK Jr. Let's see what we got. Judgment in reverse. Ooh. All right, so I've already got some warnings for him. He's got to be very, very careful about criticizing the Democratic Party, the party that he just left. And I just got a flash of Tulsi Gabbard, who I love. We're going to talk about her too. Have to bring her in. I wasn't planning on it, but I will bring her in. So he's got to be really careful about criticizing his former party. So, you know, when you exit a party like this, you're going to break some eggs on the way out. And it looks like there are a lot of eggs that are broken here. And a lot of people are critical of him leaving. So I think the backlash from this is something that he has to understand. He will forever have some of the stain or residue, not stain. I'm going to try and be as democratic as possible here. Democratic as possible. Some of the glamour of the Democratic Party is going to stick to him. He's not going to be able to avoid that. This is a change up in the industry, if you will. So a little bit of a change up in the industry. I think he is about to set things on its head. And here we're seeing a third party that is now grasping more power. So I think PR-wise, this is a great move. I just had to pause the video because I was coughing. Hopefully I'm not going to keep coughing. Or maybe I will. So I think we're going to see some more energy infused into this third party. But he has to be very, very careful about the negative campaigning. That is not going to work for him. Sorry, again, we're still looking at the same cards, but he's about to turn everybody upside down and change the Democratic Party and move toward more energy toward the third party, but he has to be careful about talking a lot of smack. This is something that needs to be done, though, under the surface. In his very bones, he feels like he needs to make some corrections in the political world, which is good and noble. He does have some crazy things to say. Is his fan base going to increase now that he is an independent? Something's going to happen. He's going to get torn down. They're going to try and tear him down. He is not leaving the party without them really causing a ruckus. So I hate to say that. I think they are going to really underscore him as a little bit a Pats. If you don't know what that means, it's a little bit of this. So here there are powerful sources that are working against him to make things as uncomfortable and unhappy as possible. I don't know what they're going to bring up. They're bringing up a lot of stuff from the past, possibly like, partying stuff, maybe girlfriend stuff. I don't know. They're going to bring up stuff from the past. They're really going to try and tear him down. I think initially they are going to say, we have this information. If you don't want it out, we're drop out of the race, stop fighting so hard, whatever. I think that's step one. And if that doesn't work, then they're going to go step two and they're going to blast it out. Very clearly, they're saying, we have a terrible plan for you and we will execute it. Who's more afraid? The red team or the blue team of RFK Jr.? Who's more afraid? And I'm talking about the powers that be, not the people that are running. The collective, if you will. Collective red team, collective blue team. The red team is actually really confident about being able to regain the seat of power. They think that the struggles that we've seen in the economy and that the everyman has had is going to be proof in the pudding that they're going to run from any other party other than the last successful one or the legacy of Ronald Reagan. Blue team. The blue team is still fighting for the soul of America. And what they are going to do is show that he's inconsistent. His loyalties are inconsistent. There's no stability to his loyalties to a party or a people. And that's what they're going to combat him, how they're going to combat him. They think that this is going to be very easy. It feels like the Republican side is very warm to having him come into the fray, because they do think that untried and untested independent status is not going to fit the bill for the struggling American. Advice for Bobby Jr. for an ultimate outcome for him? Oh. So essentially, you're saying what you need to say, guy. We got it. We're glad to hear it. We're glad you're out there with the big voice, but this is not your time. My concern is that they try and recreate the past or do something awful like that, not beyond the powers that be. This shows us a very tricky future. If you've never read the book, The Curse of the Kennedys, it's an interesting read. Or The Kennedy Curse, I'm sorry, not The Curse of the Kennedys, but The Kennedy Curse. It's an interesting read. When I do the description, I'll put a link in there. Very interesting read. So while the ideas are good, the temptation to have the Kennedy political story part 3 is very much there. And I would be very concerned about that. His position belongs more in an advisory capacity and not in the rock star position. When he is a rock star, he shines too bright, and that could be problematic for him. And we would have a severance here. They will not allow him to be as protected as he will need to be. And that'll be by design, because they do not want him to recreate Camelot. I don't know if he could recreate Camelot. It might be something else, but there are not a lot of people on the inside that are working with him or that will work with him. There's going to be a lot of false people there. So my advice to him is to do what he needs to do and then stand down. This is not his time. It is not his time. So that's all I'm going to say about that. This is actually a quickie. So everybody likes a Kennedy quickie, right? So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to be doing these political videos all year long. We got a whole year of this, boys and girls. And again, I have 10% off all my readings for this month, up until the end of the month. Link is in the description below. Thanks so much. We'll talk soon.